So that's my general theory. I think it's going to blow. I think it's on the upside. I think it's going to blow past 200K minimum. That's my theory. I would love to hear yours.
Okay, so my theory is less on the number that we're going to hit this year, that I think we have a longer runway. So I don't know how much we're going to go up this year. I think it could be 200,000. That might be it, right? It might be 500,000. Like if it was 200,000, I'd be very happy. If it was 500,000, I'd be very happy. It doesn't matter to me, right? I definitely don't think right now that 2026 will be a down year.
Fred Krueger explores the complex details of Bitcoin's future, talking on both its short-term price fluctuations and its potential for the future. Fred emphasizes the significance of seeing beyond transient cycles and events like halvings, even as he entertains the idea that Bitcoin might achieve remarkable milestones, like $200,000 or even $500,000. He instead urges us to adopt a more comprehensive viewpoint and concentrate on Bitcoin's unavoidable rise to significant milestones like $1 million. Fred asserts that the timing is less important than the confidence that Bitcoin will continue to expand and change the financial world. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable post notifications for further in-depth analyses of cryptocurrencies and digital assets if you're interested to learn more about Fred Krueger's intriguing observations. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please share them in the comments box below. Thank you for watching and enjoy the video.
So I don't think that the mining cycle or anything has anything to do with anything at this point. We are at the tail end of that mining argument, where what the miners did mattered. I don't think it matters anymore. So I think we just have to get rid of this cycles idea. And I understand we've had it. We've had it for the first 3 cycles, really bad. There was, this was, but I don't think it matters right now. I just don't think it matters. I really don't. So, I think the real question is not how much do we get next year? I think the real question is, how long does it take us to get to 500,000 or $1 million? And it may take us a couple of years, and that's fine. It's it's perfect. So my view is, I also kind of view that the Bitcoin strategic reserve. Look, it may happen, and there may be this, but look, America's kind of broke right now, so. I don't see them, kind of spend, and we've got to refinance $7 trillion in Treasury bonds this year. So I don't see us really contributing a lot of money to this strategic Bitcoin reserve. Trump's got he got his work cut out for him on many, many different fronts, right? To kind of curb immigration. He's got to clean up this excess government waste. He's got to do a lot of stuff. And I don't think Bitcoin does not need the Bitcoin strategic reserve. We will do fine without it. It's fine. It doesn't matter. The only thing I really want or expect him to do is to label the existing Bitcoin that he has as a Bitcoin strategic reserve and stop. That's it. I think fixing the United States is more important than buying a lot of Bitcoin right now. That's my view. I feel like there's enough problems with the United States. We got into enough problems with the Biden administration, and even before, right? We got a broken house, a broken car. Let's fix the car, and let's give Bitcoin a room to run, because it's going to run all by itself. It does not need training wheels at this point, And I just feel like there's so much money that wants to get into that will want to get into Bitcoin, that we don't need to come up with Middle Eastern buyers or strategic reserve or anything else. I think it's just naturally we're going to have this mass of money want to find itself there. And so, and it will, in particular, if America is Bitcoin friendly. And all it just needs to do is, well, the most important thing I think is to solve this Operation Choke Point 2.0. We need to make banks be able to hold Bitcoin. We need to stop criminalizing people like you or me who bought Bitcoin a little earlier, than the average dog. And, we should be part of the financial system. That's it, And so, and we should make it legitimate for businesses to own Bitcoin. We shouldn't penalize them. So we got to end this kind of crusade by the FDIC and Elizabeth Warren and everybody else on Bitcoin, right? That's the most important thing. Like, let's end the crusade on Bitcoin against Bitcoin and Bitcoiners, right? Let's stop that. And yeah, if you want to, if we can buy some more Bitcoin, great. We don't need to do it right now. I don't think that's needed. There's so much money out there that it will just naturally come it'll raise the price naturally. And so, and I also, in a way, I don't want to blow off top either. I actually don't want one,
Okay.
Because blow off tops usually are followed by nuclear winters, and I don't know, like, I don't want another 2022 or 2018. I'd rather have just a mild, correction like we had when the Germans sold their Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Down 30%, whatever. Okay. Like, we just don't need massive people going completely berserk on 100x options and everything else. We don't need that. That's not good. Right.
Yeah.
And companies going bankrupt and Sam Bankman-Fried's and all the rest. We really don't need that. Like, the best case forward would be if we double this next year, when we doubled again in 2026. Like, how great would that be?
That would be phenomenal. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And everybody be a little bit upset. Like, oh, we only went up to 200K. We did a Bitcoin reserve, but we didn't put much in it. And fine. Absolutely fine. I'm the happiest guy in the.
According to Fred, the growth of Bitcoin is unstoppable. According to him, it is in a unique position to draw money away from inflated assets like stocks, bonds, and real estate. He does stress, though, that this change won't occur suddenly. Skepticism is still widespread, and wealthy investors and organizations are still learning about Bitcoin's actual worth. Despite this, Fred is optimistic that the way people view Bitcoin will drastically shift over the next 5 years, opening the door for widespread acceptance and investment. Also, a quick reminder, only a small percentage of viewers are subscribed. If you enjoy deep dives into crypto and finance, hit that like button and subscribe. It's free and helps the channel grow. Now let's get back and hear what he has to say.
I'm just not, I feel like we need to kind of stop the hype of like the Dennis Porter kind of stuff, like Philadelphia, Pennsylvania signing this, and then, Ohio is going to do this. Like, guys, like, calm down. It doesn't matter. Like, we're not in this race to hype to blow off this. Like, we're good. We already won. Now with Trump in, we have won.
Yes.
So we have won. Like, we're going to win. So, I think it's kind of like, smell the roses, enjoy life, and let's not get bent out of shape because we don't do a 10x. If we do, and I'm with you, Nico, look, human greed is such that it's very possible that we get some completely insane blow off top. It is possible, right? Why? Because, it's not going to be, but it won't be the same kind of people. It won't be the kind of the degen retail from, 2020, 2021, right? Or 2017. It won't be the same guys who bought Tron and, and FTX and, Solana and stuff in 2020. What I think it's going to be is a bunch of extremely wealthy, rich people who all of a sudden sit there and go, wait a second, I only own 0.01% of my net worth in IBIT. Maybe I increase that to 2%. And that, if we get that shifting, that'll just completely, that's what could do it, right? Because there's so much of this money that's in real estate, that's in bonds, that's in overpriced stocks, and they don't have enough allocation. They have no allocation to Bitcoin. So to me, it's like a complete and utter inevitability that happens. But these people are very, as they're very, very. We're still at the point where they're bad mouthing Bitcoin. They're like, yeah, maybe not really an asset. There's no intrinsic value. So it may take a little longer than 1 year for them to completely come to. But I don't think it's going to take longer than 5 years. I think, to me, the horse race started a year ago with the ETF.
Yes.
Because before the ETF, like you're some wealthy guy in Miami, right? I mean, are you going to go buy a cold card, learn to use that thing and then move some money, buy Bitcoin on Coinbase and then move it? You're not going to do that, right? I mean, the amount of wealthy people who do that, it's very small, right? And, you know, they're not going to leave. They may have a Coinbase account or something, but they're not going to leave $5 million on Coinbase, 10 million. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what wealthy people do. You know, they have wealth managers, they're conservative, they have brokerage accounts that they had money in for 30, 50 years, you know? And I mean, I've had my Goldman Sachs account since 1998, you know what I mean? Or 95, you know? So, you know, we're not, people are cautious with their money. They're not like, oh, new paradigm, I'm going to put all my money in Coinbase. No, they're not going to do it. Okay, so my theory is less on the number that we're going to hit this year, that I think we have a longer runway. So I don't know how much we're going to go up this year. I think it could be 200,000. That might be it, right? It might be 500,000. Like if it was 200,000, I'd be very happy. If it was 500,000, I'd be very happy. It doesn't matter to me, right? I definitely don't think right now that 2026 will be a down year.
With a clear and realistic outlook on Bitcoin's future, Fred ends by highlighting the need to move away from exaggerated enthusiasm and irrational expectations. According to him, Bitcoin has already won a significant battle, especially with improved political alignment and regulatory advancements, which means that its success in the future is certain. Fred, however, warns against getting caught up on either short-term blow-off peaks or significant price spikes fueled by speculative speculation. Rather, he sees a more sustained growth trajectory that is propelled by institutional investors and the wealthy adopting it gradually. Fred emphasizes how careful high-net-worth individuals and organizations are, stating that they are not likely to participate in Bitcoin in the same manner as early ordinary investors. Wealthy investors favor reasonable risk, stability, and established financial ties. He says the introduction of exchange-traded funds, ETFs, has changed the game by giving these investors a safe and comfortable way to get into the market. Fred is optimistic that Bitcoin's attractiveness as a hedge against overpriced stocks, bonds, and real estate will undoubtedly result in large capital inflows, even though acceptance among this group might take a few more years. Finally, Fred suggests perspective and patience. He contends that Bitcoin's value proposition and inevitable future are already obvious, reducing the necessity for ongoing hype or sharp price increases. The emphasis should be on creating an atmosphere that encourages the adoption of Bitcoin and letting the market develop naturally. The message for Bitcoin investors and enthusiasts is straightforward. Have fun, have patience, and understand that Bitcoin's wider acceptance and success are just a matter of time. And as always, happy investing.